All right. So one of the problems that you might face as a server administrator or developer is setting up a domain for your Apache server, right? So if you have an application, let's say it's a PHP application and you want to serve it in your Linux system, you will have to configure Apache to use the domain that you are going to use, right? Or if you are developing, let's say locally in and you're using frameworks like Laravel, you might want to use uh, a domain for the local project that you're dealing with. So, for instance, if you are using Laravel, let me just open up. So let's say I go to laravel.com. So most of the time in Windows, if you are using something like Laragon, you have your project like let's say your project dot test usually. So this is not something that you have in Linux. So if you want to use a domain like that when you are developing locally, you have to manually configure Apache to use it. So basically, that's what we're going to be doing in this video. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to be using Laravel, but obviously this is going to work if you are going to serve any other application and you need to configure your Apache server. So let's get to creating our project. So I'm just gonna use the documentation that comes with Laravel. So I'm going to create my project. So let's open up a terminal and go to our directory. So I'm just gonna go to my www directory, and this is the default server root for my for Apache 2 if you're on Ubuntu or Linux or listening any other Debian, unless you want to configure that. So what we want to do is we want to create our project. So I'm going to put my project here. So I'm just going to paste the so this is going to use Composer to scaffold the project for us. So once it's done, we'll be able to we'll have a fresh Laravel application that we can use. So yeah, it is done. And if you go to example app and you open that up in your VS Code or your code editor, you will see a fresh Laravel application, right? Exactly. So we have that. So obviously, right now Apache doesn't know about the project. So if I go to example dash app and if I do something like localhost first example dash app, I'm not gonna get anything, right? So what we want to do is we want to use virtual host to configure in such a way that when you use example.local, you will be served the Laravel application that we just installed, right? So first of all, we need to obviously create a virtual host configuration for Apache. So let's go to our etc Apache 2 and sites available. Now this directory is where you have your new site configurations. So I'm just gonna copy the default configuration that comes with Apache, and I'm gonna call it my example. That's app.conf. Now you want to open that up and edit it. So I'm going to use Nano. You can use them or whatever editor you have. So example app configuration, and we want to open that up. And what we want to do is we want to set this document root, and it's going to be our public folder here. So you can just open that up and copy the path to the public folder. Then open up here and paste it, right? So I'm just going to paste that. So that becomes my document root. And the server alias, what we want to use is example-app.local. I'm going to do that and save it. Now, after saving this, if you go to sudo system, what we want to do next is, let's try refreshing in the browser. Obviously, it's not going to work. We should still be getting the same issue. So after you kind of create your configuration, what you need to do is you need to enable it. So, and in order to do that, we need to run a2 site, and we're going to call this example app. This will activate the configuration. So next thing we need to do is load up Apache or restart Apache. Load Apache 2, and if I do that and refresh, so let's see, it's still not showing up, right? So in certain servers, you might have this work without any other issue, but in my case, it's not gonna work. So what I can do next is I'm gonna try to edit the host file. So let's go back. The host file is located in the etc directory. So I'm gonna open that up with nano. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna map the localhost to my example app.local. I'm gonna save it. After that, let's reload here. So we get this error. This is obviously coming from the storage directory, and you can see that it's actually serving our example app, right? So what we want to do next, in order to resolve this problem, is we'll have to we'll have to change the file permissions for this directory, right? The storage directory and the caching directory. So let's just go to our var example app, right? What we want to do now is we want to change the directory. Obviously, if you use 777, you are giving it permissions to both read and write by everybody, right? So mostly this is not recommended. So you can use 755 if you want. So we're gonna go to storage. This will give it access to storage, but we also want to give it access to the bootstrap cache, right? So that we don't have to get another error coming from the cache directory. So I'm just gonna do that. If you don't see any errors, go back, refresh. Well, I'm still getting an error, so I'm just gonna give it permissions to read and write by everyone. But in certain servers, you could give it access to Apache user, and I don't have Apache user right now, so we get another error, which is read-only database problem, right? So this issue is coming from the server having an issue with, MySQL or SQLite. So if you look at here, we have SQLite connection. If we change that to MySQL and we change our database connection, say the database is Laravel, we leave it that and leave the root. So I refresh, I should see access denied, obviously, because mine is not my root. It's not the same damn thing. So we don't have a database, so you can go ahead and create your database, make your migrations. I'm just gonna create the migration. I'm gonna let it create it automatically and run it. So let's refresh, and we have our application set to watch. Pretty cool, right? And so it's that easy, basically. Use create URLs like that.